Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. An absolute pleasure to be able to bring you this video here on my own personal YouTube channel, as opposed to the Reprieve Media CIC YouTube channel. We're going to get back onto one of my individual projects today. We're going to get back on the Stallion in Focus trail today. Basically, it's where I take a look at all the stallions that are on Rep CIC Racing 2020.great/site.net. I started this project because I noticed that mares that I'd identified on the site were already starting to produce group winners. So it stood to reason that there was plenty of stallions on the site as well. So that is the thinking behind the site, taking a look at all the stallions that I identified back on the site and sort of seeing the pedigree of them, taking a look at the form, taking a look at them win races, and then just sort of try and decide whether I would still identify the horse today as I did then, because it's safe to say that my techniques have improved considerably in the 4 years that have passed, because these horses were all around the 2019-2020 mark. The site, two things put an end to the site really: lockdown and capacity. The site was full to capacity virtually anyway. So then we took a year off, and then I decided to bring back the YouTube channel and use the YouTube channel to bring horses and embed articles in websites, as opposed to talk about them in paragraphs. Right, back to the horse now. The horse in question today was trained by Aidan O'Brien in his career, and the horse is Santiago, standing at the Coolmore National Hunt Stud at Castlehide Stud, a bay horse, foaled in 2017, available for a 2025 stud fee of €5,000 at the moment. As people will see, the horse commenced stud duties in Ireland in 2022, and with this horse siring, national hunt horses are plenty of time yet until they start to hit the track and prove whether this stallion is in fact any good. I think personally that rather a lot at this early stage, without even looking at it yet, I think personally it's a flat stallion. That would be my view on this horse, not a national hunt stallion. We'll take a look at the horse now though. Santiago. People will see the form of the horse. Santiago only won 3 of his 11 starts and recorded a best racing post rating of 117. People will see that the horse, rather very unusual for one of mine, this one, the 12th of September 2019, as the horse never won first time out. You know, I did notice it when it was behind one of mine, Alpine Star, in a maiden in August 2019, and then I looked at the pedigree of it, and then I did look to see how well bred it was, followed it, and then it managed to repay us quite well, really, winning the Group 2 Queen's Vase of 2020, when it beat Berkshire Rocco by 2 3/4 lengths, running to a mark of 113. It then won a classic, the 2020 Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby, running to a mark of 117, when it beat Tiger Moth by a head, when ridden by Shamie Heffernan. That was it really. The horse won 3 of its 5 starts, and then it was never out for the first 2 in 5 starts, and then the horse sort of hit a brick wall after that. It ran in the 2020 Goodwood Cup, finishing only 3rd behind Stradivarius. I don't think it stayed that day. And then it finished 4th out of 11 in the UK St Ledger of 2020, when it was beaten by Galileo Chrome. But the horse was quite solid, people will see there, for a while, running in the mid to high teens. 117 was its best rating, but it was that spell there really for a few weeks in June where the horse really did show its class in quite a short window to catch the horse right. But credit to Connections, they struck while the iron was hot with the horse. It then came back in 2021. The horse never won another race. The best it managed really was second in the 2021 Yorkshire Cup, beaten 2 3/4 lengths by Spanish Mission. But people will see that the horse was definitely a little bit inferior than what it was at 117s. Soon became 111s, 104s and 108s. And then the horse was retired to stud, to stand national hunt horses. People will see that Santiago, sired by authorised out of a dam called Wadi Hatta, foaled in 2017. 3 wins, 3 places, 1 in the first 3, 7 out of 11 in the first 3. Managed to win €456,178 and £164,385 UK pounds. People will see this is a very well-bred horse. Very well-bred, which makes me think why they are wasting this pedigree on national hunt horses, which is what they like to do, Coolmore, really, with some of these middle-distance stallions these days, rather than show them any single flat mares at all. I don't know why they choose to do that. It certainly wouldn't be what I would do. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the pedigree of the horse. We're going to take a look at any relatives that we find along the way, and then we're going to watch the horse win 2 races. Seeing as though the horse didn't win first time out, we're not going to watch his debut win. We're just going to watch his win in the Group 2 Queen's Vase and the Group 1 Irish Derby of 2020. Pedigree of the horse first, then we're going to take a look. Dam line 9H is the dam line of the horse Santiago, if people are interested, as I am, in that sort of thing. And we're going to take a look now at some of the relatives along the way as the dams, all the way back to Allegretta, who was foaled in 1978. We've got to take a look first, really, at 2024. Classic Watch 24 possible, really, haven't we? Grosvenor Square, sired by Galileo, Santiago's younger half-brother, also by Wadi Hatta. Grosvenor Square, so far in his career, has only been out of the first 3 once in 7 starts, managing to win 3 of them, winning €112,165 and £14,952. This horse will be 4 next season. It's shown some very interesting pieces of form, in my view. The horse has run in 3 classics and fallen short 3 times, sadly. He's run in 1 Derby in Ireland and the UK and Irish St Leger. What the horse is a dual Group 3 winner, winning the Airfield Stakes of 2023. And he also won the Irish St Leger Trial, Group 3 at the Curragh in 2024. He is also dual Group 2 placed. He was placed in the Beresford Stakes over 8 furlongs at the Curragh at 2 and was placed behind his Tower of London in the Curragh Cup Group 2 race this year. He was, like I said, he was tried in a few classics, but at the minute, all we can get out of him at the moment is dual Group 2 placed Group 3 winner. Whether the horse comes back for more next season remains to be seen. La Gioconde is one we have to look at, sired by Frankel, another one. This is Santiago's older sister. This one was born a year after Santiago, sired by Frankel, who is, of course, by Galileo. La Gioconde only managed to win 1 of her 13 starts, but she was in the first 3 in 6 of 13 starts, winning €95,970 and £73,056. La Gioconde actually managed to do what Grosvenor Square didn't do, which was place in a classic. She was placed in the group. Oh, no, she wasn't. She was placed in the Yorkshire Oaks. My mistake. It's not a classic, is it? Old Horses also running that. She was at 3. She was a 2021 Group 1 placed in the Yorkshire Oaks and the Prix Vermeil in France, as well as finishing 4th in the Breeders' Cup Fillies and Mares at Ascot on UK Championship Stakes Day. At 2, she was only 3rd in a listed race at the Staffordstown Stud Stakes at the Curragh. So she was definitely one that improved from 2 to 3. A bit like Santiago did, really. Santiago was a mid-80s to live 80s horse at 2, and then at 3 found plenty. Safe to say that La Gioconde did that as well, going from Group 1 placed efforts to listed races. So this horse is another good one, born by out of Wadi Hatta as well, sired by Frankel. We can now look at the first dam of the horse Santiago. Wadi Hatta foaled in 2012. This is a Shadwell line, this. Hamdan Al Maktoum owned the horse. Wadi Hatta won 2 out of 10 starts and was in the first 3 in 6 of 10 starts, managing to win €30,250 in France. The additional Colt Frankel was sent to Japan. I've actually watched that go round in a newcomers race. Unfortunately, the horse didn't do any good, but I was aware of it. I can't remember what it was called. You'll see there, no black type form really for Wadi Hatta, but she is a very good black type producer. She is related to plenty of good horses with Thamarat, the second dam of Santiago. In the pedigree, we're going to take a look at a few of these now. Motta Maris is definitely one. I like this horse going round. Future Stallion watch, I think this horse could be, because I do think the horse is on Reprieve Media CIC. A colt foaled in 2016, Motta Maris, sired by Le Havre, out of Thamarat. Motta Maris won half of his 8 starts, 4 of 8, and was third in another 3. A horse that only finished out of the first 3 once in 8 starts, managing to win €268,115 in France. Very good horse, Motta Maris, third in the Prix de Jockey Club of 2019. The horse only managed to win a listed race, the Grand Prix de Compiègne, but he was third in a Group 2 Prix Daniel Wildenstein and the Group 3 Prix Grand Haut-Buron of 2020. And he was also fourth in the Ispahan in the same year before retiring to stud. Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3 placed listed winner. Very interesting horse. Prix de Jockey Club, I think, is the French Derby, isn't it? I always get the Prix de Jockey Club Grand Prix de Paris mixed up. So this one actually was classic placed. Motta Maris before going to stud, where he is currently available for a fee of €2,500 at La Pontcoudelle at Cerisy-Lafort. I think this is another one. Sadly for him, he's only going to be seeing National Hunt horses, another one that commenced stud duties in France this time, the same year in Santiago in 2022. But I actually did consider this horse for my yearling sales article when it was going its first year at stud. But it was siring a lot of AQPS horses, I noticed, on France Gallop, covering a lot of them. So I thought it might be a jump horse, might be a National Hunt stallion. But it is definitely a stallion I've got my eye on, Motta Maris, because it's obviously a very well-bred horse. Just a stallion of the horse puts me off a bit. Le Havre, he is what he is, that stallion. Sadly no longer with us. So Motta Maris, definitely one to keep an eye on at some point, people would think. Tan Theme is a mare, foaled in 2015, sired by Teofilo. This horse is out of a dam called Rika, and you'll see that Thamarat is the second dam of this horse, Tan Theme. Again, she won half of her starts, 4 of 8 starts victories, in the first 2 in 5 of 8, managing to win €138,900 in France in her career. Tan Theme, triple Group 3 winner. She won the Group 3 Prix de Cabourg at 2 in 2017, and then the Prix de Montry, a Group 3 at Deauville, and the Prix de Petit Couvert over 5 furlongs at Longchamp. Triple Group 3 winner, Tan Theme. She proved quite a quick horse, but as of yet, no black type out of her, unfortunately. One I did miss at the time, it was only recently stopped going round, was Factor Cheval. People will see there that Rika is the second dam of Factor Cheval and Thamarat is the third dam. Factor Cheval, a gelding, born in 2019, sired by Ribchester, which makes this quite was that a Malika horse? Oh no, it's a Majara, my mistake. A Ribchester out of a dam called Jawlart, who is herself out of Rika. Factor Cheval's raced 17 times in his career, winning 6 races in his career. He has also finished in the first 3 in quite a few of his starts. Looking at this, 15 of his 17 starts in the first 3, managing to win €996,138. Pounds, I think that's, sorry, is it? Yes. The French-based gelding. Factor Cheval at 3, Group 3 winner in the Pre-Perth. At 4, he was second in the Group 1 Sussex Stakes, second in the QE2 as well. Second in the Group 2 Prix de Mouget, third in the Group 1 Prix de Ispahan, third in the Moulin as well. Really did try and fill his boots at 4. Before at 5, landing the elusive Group 1 victory with victory in the Dubai Turf at Meydan this year in 2024. Second in the QE2 and third in the Sussex Stakes. Solid horse, very solid. Gelding with a very good record, Group 1 winner. And yeah, I never knew this one was on this line at the time. I might have given it more of a look if I did, but it was a gelding, so that would have definitely put me off. But yeah, very good horse. Unfortunately, I did identify this one, Gloomthorn. A gelding now, I never knew that. Foaled in 2019, sired by Kodiak. A stallion I don't really have much luck with, to be fair to him. Out of a dam called Kaimar. And you'll see that Famarat is the second dam of this horse as well. Gloomthorn was only in the first 3 in 5 of 19 starts. In the end, he decided to go to, the horse didn't die. Connections decided to move him on into Australia. But it was when I was following him in Ireland as a 2 and 3 year old campaign. He won the Killivollen Stakes of 2021 at Leopardstown, Group 3 race, and then was second in the Group 2 Solnaway Stakes at Leopardstown at 3. Group 2 and Group 2 placed Group 3 winner, but moved on in the end to 135,000 guineas, I think, trained in now in Australia by Bjorn Baker, a horse I'm not really following much anymore. We can now take a look at the second dam of the horse, Santiago, Famarat. A mare foaled in 2003, sired by Anabar, out of a dam called Al Ishq. People see that Famarat, arguably the most disappointing horse we've looked at so far. She only managed to win 1 out of her 8 starts and finished third in another one. And earned €36,300 for her trouble. Raced in France and again, a black type producer. That's the only thing really. If people look at Wadi Hatta and Famarat, the first 2 dams of this horse, neither of them won black type. That could put a few people off. They have produced nicely, but they haven't done it themselves on the track. You know, it wouldn't put me off, but it would put some off, I do think. And we've got to look now at some relatives of Famarat. Tamayus. Tamayus was a horse foaled in 2005, sired by Nayef, out of a dam called Al Ishq. People, if they look at Al Ishq, they will see the third dam of the dam of Famarat and the third dam of Santiago. Tamayus was a very good horse on the track, winning 5 of his 7 starts and winning £791,933 in his career. Group 3 winner of the Group 1 winner of the Jean Prat, the Prix Jean Prat of 2008. The horse also won the Prix Jacques Lemoir and the Group 3 Prix de Fontainebleau in his career. Dual Group 1 placed, Group 3 winner. Entered stud in 2009 in Ireland before sadly being pensioned off in 2023. The old boy ended up a bit of a jump stallion really towards the end, didn't he? Yeah, people look through Sir Prancelot, they'll see here that Tamayus, they will see he sired 475 progeny to race, 287 winners, 60% of them won, earnings of over $28 million, sired 26 stakes winners in his career, Tamayus. I must admit, I thought he sired more than that. I was quite surprised when I looked and found out he only sired 26 stakes winners in his career. But yeah, he did sire this one, Sir Prancelot, is at stud for a fee of $8,500 in America. But Tamayus himself only sired the 26 stakes winners. The next one I need to look at is a mare I identified myself, a Shada, sired by Muhara, a stallion that Shadwell gave up far too early on, in my opinion. Sired by Muhara out of a dam called Muhawala. People will see that Al Ishq is the second dam of this horse, Ashada. Ashada was in the first three in 6 of her 9 starts, managing to win 3 of them, earning £432,267 in her career. People will see that she won the British Champion Fillies and Mare Stakes of 2021, Group 1, and she also won the Swettenham Stud Fillies Trial at Newbury, the Oaks Trial of 2021 as well. She also was second in the Ribblesdale at Royal Ascot of 2021, and at 4, she managed to not get her head in front again, finishing placed in another 2 Group 2 races, and finishing 4th in the British Champions Day Fillies and Mare Stakes again at Ascot at 4 in 2022. Before retiring, none of her progeny are on the track, I don't think, as of yet. But yeah, very good filly she was on her day, Ashada. She won well for me that day on the Champion Fillies and Mares Day. I enjoyed that race. And she's another nice one on the line. Time now to look at the third dam of Santiago, a mare called Al Ishq, who was foaled in 1997, sired by Nureyev, out of a dam called Allez Le Trois, who herself was foaled in 1991. People will see that Al Ishq again, slightly disappointing. Only in the first 3 in 2 of her 7 starts, managing to win 1 of them, earning €9,071 on her career in France. She was another one that no pattern race form mentioned at all before suddenly dying on the 26th of October 2021. So that's the first 3 dams of the horse, Santiago, have all failed to secure black type. But I go on relatives. This horse did win a Group 1 race. It's hard. It's impossible to call this horse a failure. I now do Classic Watch. This horse would have been deemed a Classic Watch success. Absolutely impossible to call this horse a failure. But the first 3 dams of the horse, if people look at things in the cold light of day, the first 3 dams of the horse, none of them won at pattern level. Again, though, what they were was superb producers of racehorses. I think we've seen that already. Anabar Blue, a horse foaled in 1998, sired by Anabar, out of Allez Le Trois, the 4th dam of Santiago, is the dam of this horse, Anabar Blue. People see that Anabar Blue won 4 of his 14 starts. In the first 3 in 9 of 14 starts, managed to win £522,939 in his career. Classic winner. Horse won the French Derby of 2001, as well as winning the Group 2 Prix Noailles, and he also won the Group 2 Grand Prix de Chantilly of 2002 as well. And he was also second in 2 more Group 2s. There must have been one year after the other, the Prix Niel and the Prix Foy, because they're both at the same meeting. Entered stud in 2003 to France. He went to Grand Chaser in France as well. At stud in 2018 in Hungary. But yeah, this one was another one that sort of sired a few jump sources towards the end of his career. I do remember it. Anabar, if we look at Ace Impact, people can see that if they look at that one there, Anabar Blue, they can see that he foaled 608 horses, 472 of them ran, 237 of them won. But Anabar Blue, I didn't know this either, only sired 8 stakes winners in his Stallion career, which I was quite surprised at that, to be honest. I thought he sired more than that, but the horse didn't, it's fair to say. 8 individual stakes winners sired by Anabar Blue, but again, classic winner. Measured Tempo is a mare, foaled in 2004, sired by Sadler's Wells, out of Allez Le Trois. According to this, I don't know if this is up to date, only won 2 of 4 starts and £18,000 in her career, Measured Tempo. She was another one that won the listed Newbury Oaks Trial of 2007. We saw the other mare that won that race as well, didn't we? And this horse has done the same, Measured Tempo. Ashada won the same race as Measured Tempo. I think she's bred a few black type horses, but we're only sticking to the good ones here because this is, if I showed you every black type horse on this damn line, the video would never end, it's fair to say. We've got to take a look at Reunite, another mare, foaled in 2003, sired by King Mambo out of Allez Le Trois. People see that Reunite was a bit better on the track in the first three in all but one of her 7 starts, winning 3 of them, managing to win only £48,903 in Great Britain. In her race career, Reunite won the listed Virginia Stakes at Yarmouth. She was second in the Group 3 Winter Hill Stakes, as well as the Chalice Stakes at Newbury, a Group 3 placed listed winner. Reunite. In her career, the mare foaled in 2003. Got to take a look now, really, at my old mate Impulsive, who was a gelding foaled in 2015. I had some fun on this one. This was probably the horse that got me involved in this line to the extent that I am, really, to this day. People will see that Allez Le Trois is the second dam of this horse. A dam called Violante is the first dam. She's still involved in pedigrees to this very day. Impulsive, sired by New Approach. The problem this horse has, he was a gelding, and geldings weren't allowed to run in the top mile races in France. But in his time, he did win the Group 3 Prix Messidor at Deauville of 2019 and raced on for quite a few years, winning 177,000. He won 7 of his 18 starts, and in the first 3 in 12 of 18. That's at the time of this article being updated in 2022. I think he's ran a few more times since then. But yeah, Group 3 winner at his best, really. But I do think that at his time, he was winning that race and he was a match for anybody. As a gelding, though, never really got to show that in France. Allez Le Trois is another one. A bit like Fracture Cheval. You saw always races were in the UK. You know, they never campaigned Impulsive abroad like they could have. The fourth dam of the horse, Allez Le Trois, foaled in 1991, sired by Riverman, out of a dam called Allegretta. This is where things get quite interesting, it's fair to say, on this dam line. Because Allez Le Trois actually only won 3 of her 16 starts. She was in the first 3 in 7 of her 16 starts, winning 152,742 American dollars in her career. People see that Allez Le Trois actually did win a Group 3 race. She won the Group 3 Prix de Flore in France, and she also won the listed race, I think that is now, Prix Charles Lafitte in France. She was also placed in the Group 3 Saratoga Budweiser Breeders' Cup, as well as the Prix de Tuileries. She's the dam of Anabar Blue, as we know, raced in France and the US. And she is also the 4th dam of Santiago. What she is, though, is she folds some being out of Allegretta. She is related to some very good horses. Another one out of Allegretta was King's Best, a horse foaled in 1997. It's another one sired by King Mambo out of a dam called Allegretta. So they're very close relative, it's fair to say. King's Best, lightly raced, won 3 of his 6 starts in the first 2 in 4 of 6. Managing to win $324,199 American dollars in his career. Classic winner. King's Best won the 2,000 guineas of the year 2000. He was also second in the Group 3 Craven, and the horse won the Acomb Stakes of 1999 as well. Plenty of places standing at stud. Injured and retired in 2000. Entered stud in Ireland, Kildangan stud. Shuttled to Australia. Then he went to Normandy in France. Shuttling to Argentina. And then he went to Japan. Very international sire, really. Before suddenly being euthanised on April the 16th, 2019. Due to colic. Very well bred horse. King's Best. And if people look at the horse, Pile Driver, who is currently at stud now, they will see King's Best is on here somewhere. There he is. King's Best foaled 2,015 horses. 1,727 of them ran on the track. 969 of them won. And the horse King's Best sired 68 stakes winners through his career, which is fair to say a good effort by any stallion, it's fair to say, to get over 50 You're doing well. King's Best sired 68 individual stakes winners. It's fair to say all over the world, I should imagine, because he saw plenty of action in plenty of theatres. Good horse. But what King's Best is, more importantly to some, is he's a half brother to Urban Sea. Legendary mare Urban Sea, also out of Allegretta. That's why it's impossible to ignore horses like Santiago. Classic winning horses like Santiago. They can never be called failures. You know, Urban Sea won 8 of her 23 starts. Also, I've talked about in so many videos. Urban Sea placed in 15 of 23 starts, winning $1,704,553 American dollars in her career. The horse won the Arc de Triomphe at 4, the 1993 Arc de Triomphe. The horse also won the Group 3 Prix Exubry and the Group 3 Prix Gontrou Biron of the same year. At 5, the horse won the Group 2 Prix de Harcourt, Group 1, Group 2, dual Group 3 winner. At 3, the horse was already getting placed in Group 2 races in Canada like the EP Taylor Stakes. Group 3s in France like the Prix Minerve. Placed in the Prix Vermeil as well of 1992 and was also placed in the Group 2 German 1,000 guineas. They tried to make her a classic winner, didn't they? And at 5, she was also placed in the Gannet. 2001 Broodmare of the Year in England and Ireland. Sadly died of foaling complications on March the 2nd, 2009. What a magnificent black type producer she is. But she's not the main part of this line. We're on the LA Latour line, you see, this time, who is Urban Sea's sister. You know, their half sister. But it would be rude not to take a look at some of the horses foaled by Urban Sea while we're here. We are trying to make the case for Santiago being a decent stallion, after all. Galileo, foaled by Urban Sea, only out of the first 2 in one of his 8 starts, managing to win £1,621,110. What some races he won, eh? He won the Epsom Derby, the Irish Derby, the King George of 2001. He also won the Group 3 Ballystacks and the Group 3 Derringstown Stud Derby style. Arguably one of the best stallions of the 20th century. Sadly euthanised July the 10th, 2021 due to chronic left forefoot injury. Sire of Frankel, among many, many others. He had a go in Australia as well for 4 or 5 years. People look through this horse here, Soldier of Fortune. If they click on the sire tab, they can see a nice paragraph on the stallion Galileo. Champion 3-year-old colt in Europe. Champion 3-year-old in Great Britain the same year. Champion 3-year-old in Ireland the same year. What a horse. Champion sire all over the place, really. Where can we pick them up from? He entered stud in 2002. Champion sire in France. Champion sire, sorry, in Great Britain and Ireland. 2008, 2010, 2011. Plenty of times, really. 8 times, maybe more. Second in 2007, 2011. Champion sire in France twice. 2016 and 2019. Champion sire in Great Britain and Ireland by AEI in twice, 2010, 2011. Leading sire of 2-year-olds in Britain and Ireland 6 times. Leading sire of 2-year-olds in Ireland 3 times. What an incredible sire. He was somehow even the champion sire in the Czech Republic. And so I know how, because that horse is covered in another video that we did. Champion sire in the Czech Republic in 2015 with 1 horse and the same horse. Champion sire in Slovakia, I think it's called Royal Majesty or something like that. We looked at it actually in a video that we did not so long ago. It was the one we did out of Cherry Hinton, the Twain video. Because Cherry Hinton is also out of Urban Sea as well. Champion broodmare sire in Europe, champion broodmare sire in Ireland. Still going strong. Sire of 2,554 progeny to race. 1,760 winners, 68%. Earnings of over $416 million. The horse aside to this day, because they're still going round, 384, incredible number. 384 stakes winners. Incredible stallion. Frankly, horses like Kiprios are still going round and winning 5 or 6 Group 1s every year. It's interesting that they write Kiprios as the second best son of Galileo, behind Frankel. What an incredible horse Galileo was. We've got to take another look at another one now, really. See the Stars, a horse foaled in 2006, sired by Cape Cross, out of Urban Sea as well. See the Stars was only out of the first one in 8 of his 9 starts. And then one of his 9 starts, so winning the other 8, managing to win €2,878,474 and £1,575,935. He is, of course, the sire of one of the Coolmore horses at 2, Acon winner. I follow so many horses now, I can't remember what the horse is called off the top of my head. Something to do with tigers, isn't it? I'm going to have to look now because else the video will be a bit strange. The horse is called the Lion in Winter. Of course it is. We've had a little Aga Khan stud certificate not trusted. I don't even know. I clicked on that. See the Stars managed to win 8 of 9 stars, as people said. Group 2 winner of the Group 2 Beresford Stakes of 2008, something Galileo never did. At 3, the horse won the 2,000 guineas, the Epsom Derby, the Eclipse, the Juddmonte International, the Irish Champion Stakes, and the Arc. People will say this horse was a better horse than Galileo. That's not for me to judge. He was the 2009 Cartier Horse of the Year. He entered stud at 2010 at Giltown Stud in Ireland. One thing is for certain, it's an excellent horse, world-class horse, and a good stallion, it's fair to say. He's still at stud now, standing for €250,000 at the Aga Khan Stud, 2,025 feet. People see the horse has currently sired 135 stakes winners, who between them have won 295 races, 81 graded winners, who between them have won 174 graded races. I do think, though, that they are better with age, and I think the figures prove that. These See the Stars, whether they're classic horses or not at this stage, remains to be seen. He's still got plenty of time to go. 1,447 foals, 1,060 runners have won 714 races. 714 of his horses have won, and he's won 135 stakes winners. Not bad stallion, is he? Now, this is the power of this damn line, you see. Wherever he's been, See the Stars, he's had 24 go round in Japan and not signed a single stakes winner. That goes to show how difficult it can be out in Japan. But everywhere else, where he's had more than 20 runners, he has foaled something. Absolutely top class stallion, it's fair to say. See the Stars. Black Sun Bellamy, we've got to take a look at really as well. Horse foaled in 1999 by Saddlers Wells. Full brother to Galileo, another one sired by Urban Sea. He was in the first 3 in half of his starts, 9 of 18 starts, winning 4 of them, winning £444,207 in his career. Black Sam Bellamy, he won the Tattersalls Gold Cup in Ireland, and he also won the Group 2 in Italy, the Gran Premio del Jockey Club, and he also won the listed alleged stakes in Ireland. I think that race might be a higher level now. The horse was also second in the Group 1 Grosser Bugatti Prize in Germany, and was also third in another 2 Group 1s, the Criterium de Saint Cloud and the Coronation Cup. Champion 3-year-old in Italy of 2002. Again, another horse sadly pigeonholed as a sire of jumps horses, wasn't he, towards the end. Euthanised on 9th of July 2018 after having been ill for several weeks with a congenitive heart problem. I did put him through Arian in a few places, couldn't find out if the horse sired any stakes winners at all. So I'm unable to give you that figure because there were so many other horses on the list. But yeah, very good horse in his own right, and he sired many a National Hunt horse. I think you still see them go round now. The 2018, his last crop foaled in 2017, would be 7 years old now. So you do still see the odd Black Sam Bellamy go round, it's fair to say. My Typhoon is a mare, born in 2002, sired by Giant's Causeway out of Urban Sea. This horse won some races as well. It won the Diana Stakes at 5, and the 2007 it won the Group 2 Jenny Wiley Stakes the same year. And it also won the Group 2 Juster Game Stakes as well. At 4, the horse won the Ballston Spa Stakes in America. And it also won the Mint Julep Handicap, a Group 3. And at 3, the horse won the Group 2 Mrs. Revere Stakes at Churchill Down. And it was also placed in a few other races. But this is one that definitely improved with age, it's fair to say, securing her first Group 1 at the age of 5. In 2007, the mare, My Typhoon. Born to Sea, another colt, foaled in 2019. This one was with the same connections as See the Stars, sired by Invincible Spirit. This horse, out of a dam called Urban Sea. Urban Sea still churning them out. People see that Born to Sea didn't really win much. It only won the listed Blenheim Stakes. At 2, it's placed in the Group 3 Killervallen, and at 3 was placed in the Irish Derby Group 1 of 2013. The horse was also placed in the Group 2 Royal Whip Stakes, Group 1 and Group 2, and Group 3 placed listed winner. Another one that did do a bit of time in the Aga Khan stud, Giltown stud, been to Rathaska stud, and is now at stud at Haras de Fones in France from 2019 onwards, I think. Yes, where the stud fee is now €3,500. The horse has gone round quite well for a few years, I think. He has only sired 7 stakes winners, who between them have won 10 races, and 3 individual graded winners. But again, this horse has sired plenty of national hunt horses. Unfortunately, it's had 3 good crops there, look. But a lot of them were national hunt horses. And that is where the Stallion sort of is now, you'll see. Great Britain and France and Ireland and Australia. Not many in Italy, sadly. If people look at the progeny of Born to Sea, the best was Share Ambition, who won the Group 3 Neville Selwood in Australia. Group 3 winner there, Tully Pishope as well. A Sea of Grace, who ran actually for the same connections as him. Naval Warfare, Sea King, Born with Pride, the one I did follow myself, listed race, winner at Newmarket. But then you're looking at horses really that are going around like Aspire Tower, quite high up on the list. Look, is a national hunt horse. You know, black type there as well. And the Glasgow Stakes on the flat. But yeah, this horse is known as a national hunt horse. And there's others going round as well there. Look, going round in Hungary there. The champion older female in Hungary in 2020. Golden Sea. So yeah, this horse has sired some interesting horses. But it seems to have been more of a horse that was going in Central Europe, doesn't it? Recently. Hungary, I don't even think is on this list, is it? Oh, yeah, 9. But yeah, it's even sired 4. It's even sired a stakes winner in India. But yeah, it's an interesting stallion, this one, and a bargain, I would say, at £3,500. Very good stallion. It's gone round very well, it's fair to say, for its level. Another one we've got to take a look at is Urban Ocean. Again, the same connections as See the Stars. This horse won the Group 2 Gallinule Stakes, and it also won the listed Moorsbridge Stakes in Ireland. It is the champion 3-year-old colt in Ireland of 1999, before suddenly dying on the 17th of May 2015. The horse won 4 of 14 starts and $85,103 in his career. Again, I ran this one through Arian, couldn't really find much. Don't think he sired that many horses on the flat. He sired a few, but I couldn't really find that many. I did look for him, and there was no record of him on Arian in places where he stood, like in France. So I'll have to presume that he was a national hunt stallion as well before his sad demise in 2015. But safe to say, Urban Sea certainly did her bit on this line, didn't she? We're now at the 5th dam of Santiago after looking at all these horses. Allegretta, a mare foaled in 1978, sired by Lombard out of Anatevka. A German mare foaled in 1969. The horse Allegretta won 2 of her 9 starts, in the first 3 in 5 of 9 starts. managing to win $22,088. Allegretta. She was also second. I think that is the same race at Newbury, the Oaks trial that we've seen a couple of them running. There was a Group 3 in them days in 1981. Now only a listed race, but Allegretta was second in it, Group 3 placed. So the fourth and the fifth dam have secured pattern race form of the horse, the Dam of Urban Sea and King's Best, Allegretta. Go back to Santiago. People might want to look where 9H fits into the historical site. Unfortunately, there's some Argo tunnel error again on the original site. So we're having to go through the Wayback Machine at the moment. You'll see Allegretta is there. People, if they wanted to, they could have got to call her the UAE Derby and Oaks winner of 2011. I think she's the Dam of Massa Derby winner. And Anno as well. Adlerflug, 2004 German Derby winner as well, is out of the 1979 German St. Leger winner, who is also out of Allegretta. Full sister to Allegretta called Anno. And she is, looking at that, the third or the fourth dam of the German Derby winner and recently deceased Adlerflug, who won the German Derby of 2007. Further back, we could have gone back to 1946 and picked up plenty of German classic form. It's a German line, really, but Urban Sea in 1989 took it to a whole new level with the help of Allegretta. It's fair to say. Absolutely fantastic dam line. What we can do now is I'm going to try and close down a few tabs now to try and save some CP usage. And we can think about watching the horse win those two pattern races now, Santiago. The 2020 Queen's Vase at Royal Ascot, followed by the 2020 Irish Derby. We can take a look at those races now. The first one we're going to take a look at is the Royal Ascot race, the Queen's Vase, and we will take a look at that race now.
Born with Pride making up the line in this Queen's Vase Group 2, a mile and 3/4. They jump out in a pretty good line. Cloud Thunder just drops to the rear of the field in the early strides. Going forward is Born with Pride on the outside of Punctuation. Aldebaran is third in the Godolphin Blue, tracked then by Nobel Prize as they run into the first turn, the first right-hander, and approaching the 1.5 mile point from the finish. Santiago is back in fifth place. Caught wide Cloud Thunder of On Guard, who's restrained, and Berkshire Rocco is tucked away on the inside. So beginning the run downhill. And Punctuation goes on into the lead, racing quite extravagantly. Big actioned horse, leads by a couple of lengths to Born with Pride, the filly in second place. Another 2.5 lengths to Aldebaran in third. A similar margin to Nobel Prize. Santiago, his stable companion, going up the inside from Cloud Thunder, On Guard, Berkshire Rocco. So on their way towards the mile marker at the foot of the back straight, after which they'll turn right-handed at Swinley Bottom, and it's the leader is Punctuation in the royal colours, the colours of Her Majesty the Queen, leads by 3 lengths to Born with Pride in second, Aldebaran in third, Nobel Prize, Santiago, Cloud Thunder, Berkshire Rocco, and still under restraint at the back is On Guard, beginning the right-hander now, and still Punctuation. It looked a pretty good gallop in the early stages. 2 lengths still to Born with Pride in second place, Aldebaran. These have been the front three throughout. The two Aidan O'Brien runners keeping each other company. Santiago on the inside of Nobel Prize. 3 lengths away then to Cloud Thunder. And Berkshire Rocco, who hasn't left the inside, and On Guard still looking on. Uphill now as they race towards the final 5.5 furlongs in the Queen's Vase. Punctuation still with this advantage of about 1.5 lengths now to Born with Pride in second place. They're clustering together behind. In third is Aldebaran. Santiago up the inside, Nobel Prize. On now towards the 4 furlong marker. Berkshire Rocco, then Cloud Thunder beginning to struggle, and On Guard. Punctuation has got more company now and some attention for the lead. Punctuation from Born with Pride. Out wide, 3 wide is Aldebaran. 4 wide is Nobel Prize into the home turn. Santiago goes well on their heels on the inside. Will will need an out at some stage, and Berkshire Rocco is making ground from the rear of the field. They swing for home. Punctuation from Born With Pride. Aldebaran. Santiago now off the inside with every chance from Nobel Prize, and Berkshire Rocco is going to try and find a gap between the front two or three as Born With Pride kicks for home. Aldebaran. Santiago unleashed down the outside and quickens into the lead now from Berkshire Rocco in hot pursuit inside the final furlong and up towards the line, and it's Santiago by 2 lengths to Berkshire Rocco. Santiago on the far side under Ryan Moore from Berkshire Rocco, and Santiago holding Berkshire Rocco and goes on to win impressively. Santiago for the Queen's Vase, Berkshire Rocco second. They were well clear of Aldebaran in third and Born With Pride fourth.
Born With Pride there, I gave her a little mention, didn't I, in that video? That is actually her that is going round, very closely related to the winner there, Santiago, Born With Pride. I did notice her, I did remember, we've just talked about her in one of the videos, haven't we? And there was her playing her little part there, the Born to See foaled filly. Fourth in a Group 2 there, not a bad effort. But Santiago, I thought there, showed a very good turn of foot to win that race, the Queen's Vase, over 1 mile 6 furlongs, which to me makes it more baffling, really, that they are going to try and make this horse sire national hunt horses. Because there was a clear turn of foot there, I thought, over the extended trip. The next race we can take a look at now is the Irish Derby of 2020. This race came only 8 days after the horse won the Queen's Vase. So again, got it turned out pretty quick. And let's see how Santiago managed to take out the 2020 Irish Derby.
All appearing. They're off in the Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby of 2020, and one of the first to show Order of Australia with prominent Gold Maze as they race in these early stages. They're followed by King of the Throne, and on the inside is Iberia, and then comes Arthur's Kingdom as they continue in the early stages. Tiger Mutt next with Sunchart, and then Sherpa in the orange cap. Fiscal Roads is a couple of lengths in front of Santiago. First Tabor Colours, the Royal Ascot winner. Then Chiricahua and Dawn Patrol, Crossfire Hurricane and New York Girl, the stable companions at the back of the field. Continuing on towards the mile mark, and it's Iberia and Michael Hussey going on now to show a little over a length in front of Gold Maze and Shane Foley on the outside. And they're being followed on the uphill run by Arthur's Kingdom and Wayne Lorden, and after them Order of Australia and last year's winning rider Porrick Beggy, King of the Throne. A first Derby ride for leading jumps jockey Rachel Blackmore as they turn at the 7, heading uphill all the while. And in the lead is Iberia in the white cap. The blinkered Iberia shows the way to Gold Maze. Arthur's Kingdom next with Order of Australia on the outside of King of the Throne. Sherpa next with Tiger Mutt and Fiscal Rules and Sunchart. Chiricahua is next on the outside of Santiago. A couple of lengths to Dawn Patrol, Crossfire Hurricane and New York Girl. There's been very little changes. They're inside the halfway stage. 5 furlongs to go in the Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby, and it's Iberia Gold Maze. Driven in third is Arthur's Kingdom. Around the outside with 4 to go is Order of Australia, and then King of the Throne and Sherpa Fiscal Rules as they run the home turn. 3.5 furlongs to go. It's Iberia into the straight with a narrow advantage from Gold Maze. Order of Australia, Arthur's Kingdom on the rail is King of the Throne. Fiscal Rules, Santiago is latching on to the heels of the leaders and gets a gap. Tiger Mutt is on the outside, racing on with 2 to go, and Santiago has burst through the field to lead them in the closing stages of the Derby, and is sprinting away from Tiger Mutt, who's eating into the advantage on the outside. Then Order of Australia, and after them is Gold Maze, Santiago, Tiger Mutt still coming on the near side. They're inside the final half furlong. Santiago is digging to the end. Santiago, 14 Irish Derbies for Leighton O'Brien, has held Tiger Mutt. Dawn Patrol from a long way back ahead of Order of Australia, and then Fiscal Rules.
Very good performance there, I thought, by Santiago. Again, though, I will say, did that horse show a little bit of a turn of foot there again in that race? And was it stamina? Sadly, don't tire in at the end. You know, it did look like Tiger Moth was starting to come back a bit, didn't it? You know, it really did. And for me, I will never be sure, even though I would definitely have identified the horse if a replica of it went round today. Well, I did in Japan, and I did keep a look at it. And if it had won, it'd have been on my list, but it didn't. So I would definitely keep up to date with this damn line now. It's world class. And Santiago, classic winner. Would I have this damn line siring National Hunt horses? Absolutely never in a million years. Especially with this horse. You saw it there in the two races yourselves. I think there was a definite turn of foot there to take him away from horses. You know, he's not a stamina horse. This horse, to get the best out of him at stud, I think he would have to... They stand him at stud and at sire flat horses over a mile and a half, and he'll either sire good ones or he won't. You know, to me, there is nothing in this pedigree that suggests that this horse should be a National Hunt stallion. But unfortunately, that is what the future seems to have, to this point, seems to have in for him. Hopefully some of his progeny will start to hit the track soon. In 2025, there'll be 3. You might get some juvenile hurdlers going round, mightn't he? 2026, there will be 4. But yeah, very nice horse. Classic winning horse in the 2020 Irish Derby. But again, I think connections have got him wrong as a stallion. Will I be proved right? Time will tell. Right, what I'll do now is at the end of this video, I will leave a copy of the Stallion in Focus playlist so people will be able to keep up to date with all the other Stallions in Focus that have been in the series. And I will also give everybody an opportunity who has watched this video and has chosen not to subscribe to the channel up to this point. I will give you all an opportunity to subscribe. But for now, we can leave this channel here. Don't forget, people want to check Reprieve Media CIC Racing out. Rep CIC Racing 2020.great/site.net. Coming up to Christmas now. We've only got 7 or 8 days until Christmas 2024. Have a fantastic Christmas, everybody, if you celebrate that sort of thing. I will leave this video here now. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. And goodbye.